Dave, Keith, Justin, how are you feeling this week? Is there a lot of pressure? Are you guys feeling the pressure?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling it. I hope I don't crack. Yeah.
Has I know a lot of y'all have been working hard this week, so I try not to do too much stuff this week, trying to let you guys just kind of feel it out and get winded down. But let's just kind of run around the room. Like, how are you feeling this week? Any good news you guys want to share? Anything like that, or how are you guys feeling? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean we're feeling good. We have the scraper working on the GitHub issues, so to get more bounties in the resolver, or to just make it easier to post a bounty, we have a little widget. You just click a button and scrape your GitHub uh, issue, and it'll port right into a resolver bounty. So at
Cool.
least have that more or less dev complete. We're doing a lot more with Keystash. The more we look into it, the more we think it's an important utility for anybody who wants to do desktop, or just make it easy
Hmm.
to have a place to manage your keys and see where your keys are being managed and what apps are using those using that utility. So we have some cool stuff there too that we should be able to show.
Nice. What about you, Keith?
Yeah, making some progress. So mostly on like reducing friction for users and kind of finishing the feature set. So published our PGP key that we're signing our application with, which is apt for Security Suite. We integrated a few analytics, and we finished the installer automation for Wasabi and Whirlpool. So that's all out there in the Mac world now. Looking forward to hearing more feedback, and yeah, just having the long-term vision here too of building this thing over 12 more months, 1 month, 1 week, kind of trying to visualize all of it at once.
Yeah. What about you, Dylan? How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. I submitted the extension to the Chrome Web Store, which was one of my goals.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Usually it gets rejected on the first round, so I'm not expecting it to just go perfectly. But yeah, just wanted to get that started. And then yeah, I got the demo for you guys on the call the other day. So yeah, feeling really good about the progress I've made in this last couple weeks. So yeah, just hoping to keep up the momentum.
Nice. Eric, you look like you're gonna burst through the screen. How are you feeling?
Hey, good guys. Thanks, Car. Dylan, that's exciting to hear, man. Congratulations. We're going pretty good. I think we've officially hit our milestones for round two
Nice.
at last night. So I just got to get some of that communicated on GitHub tomorrow. And yeah, exciting stuff. Got a fun survey out for Dirty Coin the movie. I think it looks really sharp. It works way better on her site than it does on our website. So that's nice. And yeah, like I had a lot of fun over the weekend updating the back end. That was cool. And yeah, just kind of going through the list of like our most requested feature and trying to decide on logical next steps for that. And yeah, that's from us.
Awesome. Francisco, how are you feeling?
Question. We got little sleep the last 2 nights, man. We fixed most of the bugs we had. I think I mentioned this on our Monday team, gathering, and yeah, we fixed most of them. The team, Carlos and Darren, were up. I don't know until what time, but when I woke up,
Gosh.
I got a notification from Carlos saying, "Hey, I just pushed the latest release." This was about 4:30 in the morning when he texted me. So this was good. Then I opened the app. I start doing the thing. Our game resets a new card every 12 hours. So I was waiting for the 8 in the morning new card and found new bugs. Not as many, but it's a grind, man. It's a grind. On the flip side, we did complete one of our big milestones, which was having the referrals be connected to a QR code and created different tiers of people that will be referring others. We anticipate that once we have a full public launch, we're going to get many Bitcoiners, which means the more you refer, the more you earn. But at the same time, we also have to measure how many rewards we give out before, getting additional sponsors or collaborators. But we did complete that, so I was very, very happy about that. And what else? What else? Yeah, just kind of fixing bugs. That's priority number one right now.
Cool. Gosh. Sounds like we got a lot of last minute things that are coming through for everybody.
For real.
Cool. Justin, Farscapian, do you guys have any updates? I know Farscapian's over there in Buenos Aires, probably by the beach right now. So, guys, get ready to be jealous when he shows the video.
I wish. No, I'm in my Airbnb working on a PowerPoint, so it's definitely not that exciting. But so I mean, we're just getting ready for the event tomorrow. We got the presentation tomorrow.
Tell us about the event. Tell us about the event and everything that's going on.
Yeah, so I'm doing a 60-minute workshop to Bitcoin++, and I just...
Oh, we lost him. Okay, Justin, you want to fill in that?
Yeah, I can fill it in. So tomorrow he's doing a 60-minute talk in front of 200 people, and he's going to do an LN Play demo. So we have been running into a few issues. He and I have been working with instances that we had set up ourselves on AWS, and we had no problems for about a month and a half. And then since yesterday, we've been having issues being able to log into the dashboard on both ends, my end and his end. But we were able to get it figured out. And so Farscapian had to set up another instance for tomorrow. And myself, I'm actually getting prepared for a presentation this evening at my meetup. So we both have events because I'm doing the same demo for my meetup group this evening. So
Okay.
It's just been a lot, pulling our hair out, being hectic. I hope I don't crash under the pressure car.
Nah, you like pressure.
Now I'm ready for it, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited. A lot of my meetup members, they're excited to learn more about LN Play and the Lightning Network. So I think we may actually have some new people come out tonight, because one thing I noticed was when I added in that we were going to be doing the LN Play demo, we had a few new members join on meetup.com. So
Nice.
I'm excited to do that. So I got to get pumped and ready. So you guys put me up in prayer so I can pull this off.
Will do.
And make sure you do the same thing for Farscapian, because he's going to do it on a bigger scale. And one of the things I know that Farscapian is going to do, I think he got with Eric about getting surveys put together.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, so we're going to try to collect some data so we can make everything better. So you guys just, like I said, keep us up in prayer, wish us good luck, and hope we can knock it out the park. Because if we're able to knock it out the park between my meetup and his presentation, I mean, obviously, it'll be a benefit for the Bitcoin community on a bigger scale. So these devs can see the type of things that we're building. So I think it'll be a benefit for everybody.
Sounds good. Farscapian, you got anything to add? I know we
Yeah,
lost
sorry,
you
my
for a
internet
second.
is not terribly reliable. I didn't get to hear everything Justin said. I hope he covered his meetup tonight. But with regard to the presentation tomorrow, I just plan on doing like 30 minutes review of LM Play, some basic technical aspects of the system, and then 30 minutes of playing, and then of course giving them instructions for the hackathon as well. I don't expect too many people to use LM Play for the hackathon, but maybe we'll get a few. But yeah, Justin mentioned the questionnaire, the survey stuff, so I appreciate that, Eric, for your help there. And sorry to drop that at the last minute. But I appreciate you helping me with that.
Yeah, Farscapian, you can get everybody 200 users. That's crazy.
Well, it would be nice, but I just don't know how much participation we're going to get. The workshop is just going to be one room, but hopefully, Nifty said we can hand out QR codes to the entire conference. So hopefully people will be playing around with clams, during the conference and other parts. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, drop some names out here. You got Yopaki, Coracle, our boy Keith from Branta, Resolver, just a little little name drop here and there, right, guys?
Oh, I'll definitely be dropping Eric when I mention the survey part, and for sure I'll see if I can make a list of everybody and drop some names.
You know, just put it in your slide deck. It's like a really quick 5-second slide, just kind of like Fight Club, which is like, boom, you don't see it, and you're like, oh, that's Resolver. And then the next thing, you're like, oh, boom, there's Get Lunch Money.
Okay, well, that's a good point. I'm working on the PowerPoint right now, so I'll throw a slide in there with some logos on there.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yep.
Thank you. I mean, because I know everybody's working really hard. John, how are you feeling? We're just kind of just talking about our week and the milestones and stuff.
Oh yeah, feeling good. There's a few. I put a couple milestones up that are a little bit outside of my control, so I'm just like crossing my fingers and hoping that my designers come through for me. But everything's looking good so far. Yeah,
I saw they were talking about your Web of Trust score the other day on Nostr. It's like when you showed me the other night, I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. But it's good to see other people are now looking at how Coracle is different. You're building different than some of these other Nostr apps out there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Web of Trust score is really funny because people always look at it and they're like, what is this? They hover over it and it says Watt score. And they're like, what's a Watt score? And if you click on that, it actually sends you to a help page that explains the entire thing. So there's been like 3 or 4 conversations where people are like, what is this? And then someone just like posts the explanation below it. But clearly it is not obvious what it is. I actually am just about to release a redesign. I'm probably breaking up for you guys. My internet's always in and out here. But I'm about to release a redesign that kind of, I don't know if it makes it clearer, but at least makes it more dynamic and prettier. But yeah, the Watt score, I can't really take credit for that. Lots of people have talked about that in the past, and Iris actually has had it for a long time.
Oh, interesting.
But they use icons that are even less clear than what I had, so at least mine were confusing enough to get people to ask what they were. So I guess that's my winning strategy.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's super cool though. Like you can turn on like a automatic filter, so anyone below a score of 1 can get hidden, or below a score of -1, because it takes into account mutes. So it really cleans up the timeline. Automatically removes all those airdrop bots that show up in every reply.
Nice.
So I think it's probably the best tool there is for handling social media, because it's the only tool that is actually social, right? Like keyword mutes are not social. Content, even like sophisticated content analysis from DVMs is not social either. Web of Trust is the only thing that's actually social, so we should leverage that as much as possible.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see it. So I want to ask a question to all of y'all, and this is just more about y'all's relationships with each other. Is there one project that if you could right now move over to, or let's say like help out, and you had all the time in the world, is there a project that you guys think that you would jump on right now if you could, here in Top Builder in the top 15? And you can say no if it's not, but is there anybody? Oh, go for it, Eric.
Okay. So what Clams is doing is so cool. Like I would use that tomorrow if it were available for our business tomorrow. So 100% love to support them, and just I think they got the coolest idea.
Cool. That's great. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think from a technical standpoint, I would be interested in Resolver. I think there's a lot of like advanced moving pieces. And then in terms of using a product, I would probably say Coracle. So I have like 2 Nostr accounts, and I use Primal for one of them. But I think I'm just going to run Coracle side by side, so
yeah,
I don't have to log in and out.
I catch myself using Coracle more now too. You won me over, John. So slowly. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, for me, I'd probably, like, if it was just helping out, I would jump over to Shopster, because that's like my wheelhouse. I'm excited about Noster's application to marketplaces. But apart from that, I think the lunch money demo yesterday really won me over. I think that is a super duper product. If you can execute on it, I think that is yeah, that's going somewhere.
Yeah, high stakes with that one, Dylan. If you could pull that off, man, that'd be great. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would say like either Shopster or Clams as well. Like Shopster is cool. I've built a marketplace like we've talked about in the past. I built a marketplace in my past, so I'm like, oh, I was playing with it and I was like, oh, I know like they could do X, Y, and Z, and like this would help with liquidity and all this kind of stuff. So definitely have some ideas there. And then yeah, with Clams, I kind of had that idea before too, and I was just like, I've thought about it a good amount of times, and I'm just like, man, it's so cool that they're building it because it's going to be so useful to people in the future, for sure. So yeah, those are probably the two I think are like I would love to jump in on.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Man, Car.
Go ahead,
I
Justin.
want to chime in. This may be the easy answer, but I would say all the projects in the top 15.
Of course you are, Justin.
I mean, it's just like you said yourself as a judge. I mean, it's just hard. You know, it's like having a bunch of children, and you don't want to play favorites. So I mean, everybody that's a part of this tournament are interested individuals. So just getting to know these guys and seeing their personalities, I can see it, translating to the things they're working on, just, hanging around them. So it's just real interesting and fun. So I would say all of them, because I would love to work with everybody in this room because everybody here seems like a cool individual.
Yeah, totally. You got a great group of people and Top Builder. Is there anything that you guys have came in and maybe saw a project or a team and you've just been like completely surprised by? You're like, oh, that's a complete opposite that I thought it was going into it. Or anybody that maybe you knew just online only but didn't realize like, oh, wow, they actually are, I don't know. Is there anything like that you guys have seen or not really?
I'm not sure I'm going to get the project right, but I was really impressed by the editor for Bitcoin script. I think that was, is it
BitScript?
Which one is that?
BitScript?
BitScript, yeah. That's super cool, and to have that depth of knowledge in those different areas, like excellent UX, editor writing, and Bitcoin script, like those are some really, really different domains, and they're all really complicated and difficult to execute. So I don't know. That's not necessarily like surprised at like what it was, but that one definitely caught my eye. The reason I would not want to like jump over and work on that one is because I have bad at all those things.
Yeah, totally. Cool. No, that's awesome. I know a lot of you are coming for Startup Day and for that week. It would be cool to see like, the top 5 teams and then, kind of like Top Chef where they come in and they help the other teams like get ready like that. That would be cool. I'm just saying you don't have to do that, but that would be pretty dope. Anyways, because I feel like it's going to be really hard. I'm glad I don't have to make the choice of Top Builder. Like I don't have to pick that, but get it down to 5 is really hard. Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or anything else? Is there any wins that you guys had during this thing, like that you guys want to talk about? Any wins that you were like, wow, this helped because now I can do this, or now there's this opportunity? Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Sure, I'll do one, but I can't take credit. Moritz with Albi put in a feature request for like something that would just like help us out like 1,000% with the Albi API for like kind of like how we can get people who don't have for enabling LN URL withdrawal links via the Albi API, and he put in that feature request for us, and that's super helpful.
Nice.
Hey, Farscapian, why don't you tell the guys about having to deal with Alex and him helping us with the issue that we had?
Well, yeah, that's a good point to bring up. So we were trying to develop a Core Lightning plugin, which we call CLN Reckless Wrapper. So there's a Python script called Reckless that gets packaged along with Core Lightning, and when you run that, you can add remote repos, and if you run the install command, it'll download that repo and install all of the dependencies and activate the plugin on your core Lightning node. But in trying to get that wrapper integrated, the wrapper basically exposes the reckless functionality to the core Lightning RPC users. And so we had to write that. It's originally a shell script and not available on the RPC. But anyway, we were running into some rate limiting issues with GitHub, the way it was currently written. And so we reached out to Alex. He was listed on the bottom of the docs page. So we reached out to him, and I have to say the guy was just a rock star. He helped us out every moment and he resolved our issues. So, hopefully the risk of getting banned by GitHub on the hackathon piece is much reduced because of him. So I think without those efforts on his part, our hackathon efforts would have been at very high risk. So I definitely appreciate him for that.
Yeah, totally. Is that Alan, or is that Alex from?
Yeah, Alex Myers.
Okay.
I don't know if he works for Blockstream, but he does
cool.
core Lightning development.
Nice. Shout out Myers.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I guess the last question I want to ask y'all before we kind of wrap everything up is, give me your best pitch on why you should be in the top 5. Like, let's just do it. Because obviously you are here, you're making the case for it. So you already made the case for everybody else, whoever chimed in on that. So noted. But why should you be in the top 5, Dave?
Oh, put me on the spot. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, I have so much respect for all the projects here that's really for somebody else to determine. But, just making the case for Resolver, it's focused us to where, I think we're getting really early signs of product market fit on the B2B front. And ultimately that traction is, what's validating and sort of spurring us to additional action right now. We're talking to some pretty big Bitcoin VCs. Actually have a meeting right after this one for something like that. And it's just amazing to, be talking to some of the people that, whenever I see a podcast with their name on it, I'm like, oh, I got to listen to this one because this person's going to be there. And I wish I could share more, but, hopefully we'll be able to soon. But yeah, I think that would be, our pitch for that is, I don't know that we've outmatched anybody technically. There's so many impressive builds this year, but as far as a business that, started with sort of a kernel of an idea and looks like it's going to get some traction and maybe, make a difference in some emerging market, products and things like that. I think that's why, that's the case I would make for ourselves. But again, I don't know that we would stand above a lot of the people here. They're just amazing.
No, thank you for sharing that. I mean, congrats to all the success that Resolver's had. That's awesome. Keith, what do you got?
Yeah, let's do it. So also playing the humble card like Dave did, that's cool. But I think the case for Bronta is that we're more or less a decade into Bitcoin, which is great. Or sorry, more than a decade into Bitcoin. But we haven't had any guardrails so far. And like with that, there's been a lot of pain. People have lost a lot of money. Scams hit all the time. And so obviously I'm immersed in Bronta, but I really think that the world could be viewed as like before and after Bronta, just in terms of having some safety that hopefully can save people money. And what we've seen so far from early customers is really, really positive. I think the model of open source for the core product is cool because people can get a bit involved and just run this for free. And then the vision on like the paid side has led to a lot of calls that are scheduled, some that have already happened with VCs. And then, yeah, so like one of the examples is next week, we got invited out to Madeira for the Rise of Atlantis pitch.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 teams. I don't know how stiff the competition is, but I think a lot of investors will be in the audience. And yeah, we're getting to know a lot of people, and I hope we can help people out. That's my take.
That's amazing. That's good news. More good news. Francisco, make the case.
Congrats, Keith. That's pretty cool, man, about Madeira. And Dave, as far as the conversations with VCs, we kind of started that too, and it's ups and downs because the feedback sometimes is very different from one to the other. and the vision that you have. So you have 3 different opinions if you've talked to 2. So just having that adaptability, and just as something that we've noticed, we just started those conversations. So I don't have plenty of feedback, but the early feedback is to just keep communication with those VCs that you have those conversations. It's not a one-off, and I think they appreciate that too. That you're serious onto this. So it's interesting, the pitch for making a case. And we have these conversations internally all the time, but the way we see it, and maybe putting the humble card aside, we believe that not only are we building a neobank that's necessary for more than 500 million people, combining Mexico and the rest of Latam and Mexicans living in the US, but we are building the ultimate onboarding system possibly created over the last 10 years in Bitcoin. And how do we know this? Just, I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. Just because our system has been proven over centuries, we believe that this could be duplicated in an easy way to onboard that next generation of, Bitcoin maxis, but also all of your friends and family and doubters. Because it's still, like, the thing about being in Bitcoin is sometimes the echo chamber, we think that really it's going mainstream, and the people talk about the ETFs, and we go to the conferences, but as soon as you step into another circle, you realize when you're talking to, let's talk at maybe normies or your friends or holidays, again, we're not there. So we take this personally, and we really feel like we have the tools to make this happen. A lot of things need to happen still for that, but we think we're the right team for the reason of our experience living in multiple countries and having faced challenges ourselves of having to live in different countries. The research we have done is probably some of the most extensive it's been done in our industry. And pretty pumped to share that in the next couple of months as we keep pushing forward.
Nice. Dylan.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, my pitch for why Launch Money should be in the top 5 is, like, first of all, it's just a huge market, right? It's at the intersection of data and and Bitcoin. And so, like, the goal of it is just to, like, onboard as many new people into Bitcoin as possible, and to make that as simple as install an extension, put in some of your info, and start, like, making money. And so I just see that as, like, a great kind of ideal future, is to start bringing more and more people onto Bitcoin, similar to how Lolly's done it in the past, similar to how Slice is doing it, stuff like that. So I think there's just no question that the market for this is a very big market, and there's a lot of people that can benefit from this. And then I think I'm the right guy to do it. Like, I've been thinking about this idea for years. I've been on both sides of it. Like, before Bitcoin, I was implementing all these data systems. I was seeing how companies are tracking users. I know how the whole, like, Facebook pixel works to track all these people. And then when I became a Bitcoiner, I was like, oh, it feels like now is the time where we can kind of solve this. And so I've seen both sides of it, and I'm just like, man, this needs to exist. And so I want to be the guy that makes it happen. And so, yeah, that's kind of my pitch for, I think this is a big idea, and can grow really fast. And so, yeah, that's why I think I should be in the top 5.
Nice. Eric.
Okay, guys, I was just talking to my wife about this. So I think, first of all, like, man, just to make it into this 15 has been, like, the biggest honor for us. Like, I had no idea the quality of projects and people that were going to be in here. So, like, do we belong in the top 5? Honestly, I don't know, man, because, like, you all are doing amazing stuff. Every time I do these talks with you all, I get inspired. So I can't talk with you for confidence, but I can tell you that we believe in what we're working on. And I think our Bitcoin Mastermind project will bring Bitcoin to a huge amount of site operators and users. I think we can actually, like, our product, our software could help make all of these projects better, because there are ways to get user engagement and feedback that are just easy, right? Like we could just easily get that feedback for people and get Bitcoin into the hands of people, get people interested in, and make it fun. So, I mean, I think we're doing that. I think like this Top Builder project has been the hugest push for us. Like we're light years ahead of where we would have been without this. And if we get into the third round, I know we're gonna get another awesome push, and we're gonna have something cool at the end of it. Like, I mean, we already got something cool. It's gonna be ready. And yeah, I'm super stoked. And Carl, like some of you guys speak Spanish. Pase lo que pase. I'm honored just to have made it this far.
Yeah, Eric, you bring a certain type of energy to this Top Builder group. I will say that it's I love your energy. I think all of y'all bring different types of things to it, like Dylan and his experience, Keith, and just like, yeah, we're gonna do it. John and his humbleness, and Dave, you're always just and Justin, we know how creative you are. But I think all of y'all bring a certain kind of thing to Top Builder that I love. John, give us your.
All right, yeah, like you said, I hate bragging, so I'll just serve this with like a pinch of self-deprecation, probably. But as far as the market goes, I think Nostr is awesome and it's what we need. But the problem is the network effect, right? Getting people onto Nostr is very difficult, especially right now as everything's immature. And moving everyone to somewhere that doesn't have a lot of content is extremely difficult, even for like Bitcoin Twitter. Bitcoin Twitter is not like accepted Nostr completely yet. And so we need inroads to Nostr to exist. And I think by presenting something that creates, just takes advantage of in some way between Reddit and how Facebook does, but is far better, and I would say like Coracle, despite its flaws, is 10 times better than those, because they've been around for so long. They have totally succumbed to the rot of advertising and surveillance, and it just is a matter of convincing people that they actually don't want to be surveilled. So maybe Lunch Money can help me with that. But as far as like Coracle deserving the top 5, I would say same thing as everyone else. Like, this is anyone's game. I am super impressed with everyone's projects. And even if Coracle doesn't deserve the top 5, I'd say I'm in good company for maybe most improved. When the competition started, the group stuff was absolutely broken, and now it's only like a tiny bit broken. Plus, I have set up 2 different pilots for the software. Like, it's been I don't know if it's what Top Builders did or it's just time to accelerate, but a lot's been going right for me. So
that's awesome.
So there you go.
That's great, John. And Justin and Farscapian, you are the last ones.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I definitely want to hear what Justin has to say about this, but having started the project and developed a lot of, I feel like we do have a very innovative project. The experience is unlike any other app, so I think we're definitely innovative in that respect. These are for conferences and meetups, and people scan a QR code and they get to play around with what seems like Lightning, and I think it's just like a really good educational experience for people, interactive. And with regard to LM Play as like a development platform, I think we still have yet to see what it can do in that regard, but hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll see. But I don't know, Justin, what would you say?
I'm gonna play the humble card. I think everybody's project is great, but I think one thing that sets our project apart from the other ones is go back to what Farscapian said as far as educational. We want to try to bring as many users as we possibly can to the Bitcoin network, and one of the biggest fears for a lot of individuals is losing money. Once you make a transaction and you send something to the wrong address or you miss a symbol, there are no, repeats. And so if we want to try to convince these large institutions to get on the Bitcoin network, and we want to be able to use the benefits of Lightning, then you can have a place like LM Play to show these individuals, hey, you can do these big transactions without penalty. Let's practice. Let's get on the LM Play network, and we can make mistakes here. I also feel like LM Play is something that can be used to educate children. You can implement it into schools. You can implement it into universities. So I just see it being something that can be used on a global scale. And once people become comfortable transacting on Lightning and using Bitcoin, practicing, then they will feel more comfortable coming over to the Bitcoin ecosystem and seeing the other cool projects that are involved in Bitcoin.
Nice. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 15 top builders. Not all top 15 are here, obviously, but the ones who can make it are here. We're going to be doing more live streams throughout this week. I think we have 6 scheduled today. Gosh, it's going to be tough. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out slow and steady. And then tomorrow we got some more. And then on Friday, we'll have you guys all have your information in before Friday morning-ish, you know. And then we'll make a decision sometime in the afternoon. And then on Saturday morning, I'll announce it, live stream. And then we'll have, I'll be reaching out to y'all individually for the ones who make it. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, if you want to be a part of this, if you're listening at home, if you're watching from afar, go check out Keith in Madeira. Root him on. Check out Farscapian in Buenos Aires. And good luck to the rest of you guys talking to all these VCs. Get that money, man. Get that money and build. Just say it like this. This is what I do. I just hold out my hand and I say, hey, I need this to go build. Give it to me. And that's it. It works every time. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't work. Be nice. It's okay. I can say these things. You guys can't. What was I going to say? The last thing is we'll be back later with more streaming. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time.